going on,
What's good?
guys?
Nah, we
What's
good,
going on?
man.
What's going
Everything
on?
good, baby.
Welcome to
How
the
you
Play
doing?
Myself show. My name
Oh,
is Mo.
and Miles.
And I'm Aunt B.
Aunt B,
You?
let's get
Ha.
it.
Let's go.
Aunt B,
Yeah,
Aunt
for that.
B.
That shit
So
seemed
what's
like Mo
going
about you about to
on, man?
follow up with some crazy shit.
Yeah, talk
The hype
heavy.
man. I feel like the hype man right now. How's
Nah, you
everybody's
been.
week?
Oh man, eventful, man. Eventful for
Yeah.
me at least, yeah. Cause I went to the. I've been trying to like do a lot of work on my home garden. So that
Okay.
and trying to put the studio back together. And I actually had a chance to go to Massachusetts today. I was hoping Alex was on, because so I could do this hearing test for the VA, and got to see some cool marijuana stuff out there. So that was a cool.
Mm.
Yeah, man. What's
Okay.
up, bro?
Okay.
My week was full of
Working.
work. Work. That's it. So nothing eventful for me. Sorry.
Uh,
Yeah, it's all good.
Uh, wah,
how about you?
wah.
What's that, you,
Same.
Mo?
Shit on
Same.
for the
I
bill.
mean, same with me. I had drill over the weekend, so I didn't really get a chance to do my weekend stuff like I normally would do. I didn't go bowling on Sunday.
Mm,
Um, I'm gearing up for People of Video. I'm ready for that.
mm,
I had to make sure that my days didn't they didn't collide with People of Video. And so for the people who don't know what People of Video is, it's a conference that me and Myles go to. Hopefully, Aunt B can show up as well. But it's a conference where they talk about different ways for people who are influencers, podcasters, whatever you want to call yourself. It's different ways of people have coming together
right.
and sharing ideas. And so we have a lot of friends that are, big shout out to Ecam fam,
The whole
but we
community,
have
yeah.
a lot of people that we see throughout the year that we actually get to see in person as well. Um, I know Myles keeps in more contact with them than I do, but it is a good feeling to be around people who also enjoy doing the same things that you do.
Mm.
So it's just a good event to go to. So anyone who is a podcaster, influencer, whatever, uh,
Content
it's
creator.
yeah, content creator, you know what I mean, like just anyone uh who definitely likes to do that type of stuff, or wants to get an idea, wants to get something started up, like a show or be some sort of content. You should check it out. I'm sure that Miles will put a link in the, you know put a link out, or whatever I think you already put one out, didn't you?
So I put a link out, but I'm trying to get a link directly for our show because like this is like and this is what I was telling Doc. Like this is our city, so we
Mm-hmm.
should promote. We should be the biggest people promoting things like that in our community, especially when it comes here. Like I feel like when Doc want to go eat somewhere, he calls us. He should call us. You know what I mean? So we can get him
Mm-hmm.
that good food from the capital district. And shout out to Dan, man. And Dan is really the person. He's a creator that I think he lives in Altamont that puts all this
Yeah.
together, man. And like one day, man, I hope that we can do something like this where it's like, like this
Yeah.
dude's putting together a conference of 100 people, and these people are from all over the country. And it's like, people that you would think that, they like pseudo celebrities, like Robert
Mm-hmm.
Blake. Like I see him, I'm like, oh, that's the dude I used to see him eat on YouTube since I was a kid. And like, I got he sat at our table, So like, yeah, that was
Yeah.
yeah.
It's dope though. It's really a lot of fun to be around people who, again, who enjoy the same things that you do. And I always put things in like basketball terms, or like with Ant, it would be like something like bowling terms or whatever. You know what I mean? Like people who just enjoy doing the same things that you do. Not no funny shit. Just
I was
like,
about to say, why can't be basketball terms with Ant?
no. I'm just saying because he. The reason why I said it like that is because Ant had a bowling scholarship. So I wanted to say, I didn't want to say like I'm just saying he had a bowling scholarship, so I thought that he liked bowling better than he liked basketball. So my bad, Ant, if I, you know,
Mm,
I feel like you knew
but
that
but
shit
you know
though.
but you know what I mean though. You know what I mean though,
Nah.
right?
Yeah, I know what
You
you
get
mean.
definitely like basketball better than bowling, but
oh,
Yeah.
my bad. All right, so same thing, basketball. My bad, Ant. But yeah, like it's like going out and everybody enjoys doing the same thing that you do, and it's almost like talking the same language, because you can't talk
Yeah,
the same language to everybody else that regular people that you see day to day because they don't they don't take it seriously like we take it seriously. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I agree. Yeah,
Yeah, so
definitely.
it
Yeah.
is a good, and it's like, I mean, I wouldn't say it's free drinks and food, but I mean, it's a possibility when you're there because everyone is just like, we're all talking about the same things. And like, I think our latest night there was like, what, 11 p.m., 12 a.m.? Or,
For you, it was like 11. For me, it was like 1
oh, okay. Yeah,
Mm.
you stay. Yeah.
because you
Okay.
left. Yeah, I stayed for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why you left
but
for? What you know why you left?
Well, I think I left. I think I had like a sitter thing or whatever.
yeah,
But
that's what
yeah,
it
I had to
was.
bounce. And it's right by
Yep.
my house, so it's like it was cool. But like this time, like I challenge these guys to all come through the studio and like do our show, so that should be fun if we do it, if we get it off.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
man.
you gotta have the studio set up,
Now the
but
studio
you'll
damn near set up.
okay.
Instead of
Okay.
like to me, it's so crazy because like I moved out, then in and out the studio.
And
It's
it's
like
crazy.
finally it's like finally perfect, bro. Like it's finally like the way I would see it to where it was like, yo, I could produce and like kind of like how the setup was last week, but it's like a lot neater to where like this background, even though this background I'm not feeling it right now, but I'll make the frame fuller and yeah, we'll
Yeah.
get it. Cause on my
Yeah.
TV screen, I think it's like it's the show playing and it's like right behind me, directly behind me.
Yeah.
All right. So,
So yeah, man.
any hot topics?
I mean, I got a couple fastballs, bro. If you want one
Let's
of
let's,
them things. So I was
let's
thinking
do it.
about this earlier, right? I was like, yo, if y'all was an animal, right? Like, what animal would you be? Like a wild animal. Like, what wild animal would you be?
What wild animal would I be?
Yeah.
Um, it depends on where I am.
Just no. Well, in comparison to you as how you live in your life right now, like if you were to compare your life to like an animal, it doesn't even have to be. It could be a domesticated animal. That's up to you. But like, what animal do you think you'll be?
Um, yo, that is really really hard.
Yeah.
Uh, that is really tough.
The easy answer would be
Um,
like and tiger for me, but yeah, I don't know.
Mm,
What
so,
about
I
you?
mean, God, that is so hard.
mm,
Um, I'd say a hyena.
mm,
I'd be a hyena. I don't know why I see myself as a
Yeah.
hyena, like a funny animal,
right.
but like you can get serious, but I'm funny,
Like
but
alive.
Yeah.
I guess I wouldn't be a tiger though. I don't think I would be anything super aggressive. I think I would be something that like if I'm backed into a corner, I would be aggressive. And um an animal that's not afraid to be aggressive sometimes. So that's why I would probably say hyena.
That's fair. How about you, Ant?
King of the
He's a
jungle.
tiger.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta go King of the
Oh,
jungle lion
You a
on this
oh
one.
lion?
lion.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think why you say that lion?
Cause I I could be very aggressive and I'm territorial, if you know
Mm,
what I mean. Yeah, so I see that.
I could dig that.
How
I
about
think
you?
Yeah, but
go ahead, Mo.
But cats are territorial too, like
Yeah,
domesticated cats.
it's the same.
Yeah,
It's the same
but
thing. Yeah.
be the top cat, man.
Mm.
But you're not. You're not the top cat.
Yes, I am. Fucking hyena. You laughing like a hyena, man. Come
Yo,
on. Yeah,
You're
you look.
right.
I can see why you say hyena too, motherfucker.
so like,
you're
so
not.
What
You're
a,
not the cat. You're not the top cat.
yes, I am, man.
mm,
uh,
yeah.
I
Yeah, I
So,
see
mean,
why.
all right. It's
so
like
What about
it's
you,
like you're.
Myles?
go ahead. Hold on. Let Mo finish. Go. You saying Mo?
It's
No,
like
he was finished. He was
Oh.
no,
finished.
I wasn't finished.
Why
It's like
you
a
commenting
dog,
on
right?
my shit? I didn't say nothing about you.
Nah, but
Your
that's the
hyena
point.
shit.
But that's what we
Yeah.
doing. You could comment on his
But
shit.
you asked me a question. What?
Honestly, yeah, I got you. So honestly, if it was me, I think I would be like an elephant.
Elephant?
Yeah,
Why
I
elephant?
I think I'd be an elephant because I have a good memory, but I be like I'm shook of small shit. You know what I mean? That's like not really it. You know what I mean? Not real of any, not really has no real evidence of uh something that I need to be scared of. But
Hmm.
like I said, I know my weight. I know how to push it around. I know how to do all that. But it's like okay, that's what I get with it. I think like an elephant. Like I got a good memory. I'm loving. Like I'm a good dad. Like you know what I mean. Like elephants. Like if you in all totality, I feel like elephant is the animal that most describes me.
Okay,
Okay.
But
and
then
you're
if I bring
loyal too.
yeah, and I'm loyal, right? So things like
Yeah.
that, like those animals that y'all mentioned, are not the most loyalist creatures in the jungle. You know what I mean? Like, but it's cool. So the next question is like, so what animal do you think you fuck like, or you like if that wasn't that's not a human, of course.
Dog.
Um.
And said dog. Man, shit.
Dog. Dog.
Dogs be on some two pump jump shit though. The way they
Yeah, yeah,
fuck,
that's
son.
it. That's it. That's all I got. Let me stop.
Yeah, you stupid.
That's all you gonna get, you know. I would say I hump like a turtle.
Turtle.
Mm.
Slow.
Yeah, that's how I feel like I be on some shit. I was gonna say a rhino.
Rhino.
You know what I mean? But then
Oh,
the question then becomes like how many animals did I really see fuck? You know what I mean? Like that I sat there and
Yeah.
watched and was like, oh wow, I'm building
Yeah.
technique off this motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
That's some shit.
crazy.
Would y'all just sit there and watch if y'all seen like on TV? Like, oh shit, he getting it.
it's like a train wreck. You can't turn away. You can't
Nah.
turn away from a train wreck, bro.
Right. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that too, that too, man. That's a good one though, bro.
Yo, yo. Speaking of train wrecks, bro. I don't know if you was done with this topic, but yo,
Yeah, it's over.
you know how you know how I always get people that will ask me for advice on
Mm,
things, and so I had this one particular situation where a female asked me for advice on something, so I have to give you a little bit of content.
mm-hmm,
So this girl that I know is in a relationship with someone, and she said that now granted she's not the perfect person. She wanted me to make sure that I put that out there if I'm going to talk about this. She
mm-hmm,
said that I'm not perfect. I do things within the relationship to where I get them upset. I may argue about things that I don't necessarily need to argue about.
mm-hmm,
So she just wanted to make sure, she's not perfect. Now getting
mm-hmm.
that out of the way. So she's with a guy who uh when they first started out, he was a good dude, but he was very like he I think he has mom issues. You know what I
Well,
mean? He just has he has mommy issues. meaning that within the relationship, he feels that like he constantly has to be around her. He
Mhm.
constantly, like every day, bro, like constantly has to be around her.
Mhm.
And when she doesn't give him that, and when she's like, hey, I want time alone, I want this, I want that, and this and that is like, hey, I need that time to myself, right?
Mm.
Um, Now he goes and seeks out another female to spend his time with or to talk with, right?
Mhm.
Which I don't see a big deal in talking to someone. But here's where it went wrong, right?
Mhm.
In my opinion. So we were talking about the having the app on your phone where you can see where somebody's at,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So she just so happened to check his app because she tried calling him, he didn't answer. Tried calling him again, he didn't answer. And something told her to check the app. So she checks the app, and he's in an apartment complex,
Mm.
not his. Now, I can understand if it was like, I don't know, like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. But
What time
Mhm.
is
yo,
it, man?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. But bro, it was like 11 o'clock at night.
Mhm.
11:30 at night. So
Mm.
she called him a few more times, right?
Mhm.
So my question to you is, when you're in a relationship and your significant other is at their friend's house, right?
Mhm.
And they're there past a certain time and they're of the opposite sex, is that wrong, Miles?
So that's all circumstantial to me, right? It judging by the story you just told. So my thing is like, yo, like if my girl, wife, whatever, goes out with a dude and like we have an agreed upon time, like that's the expectation, right? But like if said time is not met, due to anything, it could be unforeseen circumstances. My first concern is her safety. You know what I mean? Because like me, I'm not like a what would you call that? Like I'm not a cheat preventer. You know what I mean? Like if you were to name a person like by a job title, I'm not a cheat preventer. Like I wouldn't give a fuck, son. Like to me, like cheating and shit like that, like yo, she for the streets, she for the streets. There's nothing that you're gonna do about it, event based, that's gonna prevent the inevitable from happening in the future. That's just how I feel. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I look at it like cheating and shit like that. That shit is not even no shit that crossed my whole agenda or my mind, because I'm like, yo, if there's no trust in a relationship, there's no love.
Mm.
You know what I mean? The OG told me that. The OG told his son that. His son told me that. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, yo, if there's no trust, there's no love. So it's like you if something doesn't go by plan, I'm not gonna obviously or automatically think the worst. You know what I mean? I'm just like, look, shit happens, but it's like, yo, if somebody plucking my shit, then it's like, yo, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yo, I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna go harder on you because it's like I got too much to do in my life.
What say you, Ant?
Yeah, I agree to a certain extent, but I feel like the communication in that situation was bad. You know what I mean? Because again, you can't prevent everything. You know what I mean? You shouldn't even have to prevent anything. You should trust your significant other. But your original question was, do you think it's right for that person to be there late with the opposite sex?
Yeah, is there a time stamp that, like, is there a time frame where, like, not even, like, is there a time where it's too late? Like, is it wrong? You're along the right lines, but is it wrong? Like, how do you feel about the whole situation as I'm telling the story?
I feel like yeah, definitely the timeline. Yeah, it's getting that late. Yeah, that's kind of late to be at the opposite sex house to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I Because again, would you think she would want me to be there with another girl at that
Yes,
time?
and
No,
that's definitely
right?
another way to look at it.
You gotta look at it like that. You know what I mean? So you gotta communicate and have respect for one another, and I think that's kind of like disrespectful at a certain time. Like unless it's something going on, maybe like a party or something. Is it's not just you and well her and him.
What if it's work though?
Or
What if they working?
if it's work that late,
Yeah.
that's overtime. What type of work is that?
What are
Nah,
they
like a
working on?
like no, like a project or whatever. That's what I'm saying. Like
What
it
the
it could,
No, you
what the
could
hell
do a
you work?
project
What
and
the
during
hell you
work
working on?
hours. Yeah,
bro,
you
bro.
would be
Again, yo,
that's
again,
crazy.
yo, again. It's like if it so it's like to me that's like y'all both saying yo like self control don't got nothing to do with it. It's just like saying like yo everybody that's
The
gay.
time. You're talking
If
about
I'm
time.
yo
Yes,
No,
that's
nothing
like
is self
saying that
control.
yo, but that's not like you saying like yo everybody like if say if it's a gay male right if it's a gay male and you at his house, people so you shouldn't be there. She should get mad because he might try to pop you. It's like saying that.
I
Yeah,
mean, so for me, um, I I personally don't. I have like 100% uh trust. So like it doesn't matter how late you are, as long as I know that you're safe,
right.
then that's where I'm like, all right, as long as you're safe, because you never know what's going on. If
Right.
you're gonna, and I think I've said this on a few podcasts before, if you're gonna cheat, you're gonna cheat. If I feel like you're cheating on me and I don't trust you, then we don't belong together.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's it.
Right.
So like I don't really look at it like that. That's me. But other people might feel differently. Like Ant, you're very territorial. I would expect you to feel that way as well, and for good
why she ain't
reason
answer the
too.
phone? Why she ain't answer the phone though?
No, but she didn't answer the
It's
phone.
it's it's not it's not her. We're talking about him. Why didn't he
Yeah.
answer the phone?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
why he didn't answer the phone? Yeah,
So so
it's
he said
interesting.
and he lied about where he was at too, right?
no. He told the truth
No,
about
he
where
didn't
he
lie.
was at.
Yeah, he
Oh,
told
he's
the
okay.
truth. That's what
He
I'm
told the
saying.
truth. But so he said that he was seeking this person out because she she wasn't he was mad at her, so he wanted to seek somebody else out for guidance at 12 o'clock at night, right? Now,
Yeah.
the thing that makes it interesting is, well, she still has him on the map thing, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
know that once he starts moving, she can see when he's moving.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what time his car started moving?
What time?
It was like 6 in the morning, bro.
So he spent
Mm.
the night.
I mean, he wasn't answering his phone.
But bro, if that's her man, that's her like her loved one that like that they're in a relationship, right? So it's like
Yeah,
to me, yo, he definitely has some explaining to do. And just like Ann said, if he ain't answer his phone, like that leads to the bullshit, right?
And
But it's like, yo, if he's dead, like if he answered his phone tonight and he didn't lie and they don't live together, like I don't know how he could get that sleeping over type shit
yeah,
over. But at the end of
yeah.
the day, if you would have reversed the roles, I don't see it. Like to me, it's like, yo, everybody don't want to fuck. You know what I mean? So you could just be tired. Like I've been tired and slept at females' houses, and it's like, yo, it's not like everybody always thinks that like you like some type of fuck machine or some shit. Is like, yo, sometimes that's just how this shit goes. But like if you have that shit in you, then that's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like that's what you're looking for. To me,
Yeah. But before you said that, I was gonna ask Mo, like, and both of you guys, how would you feel if the phone didn't work, whatever, and then also they spent the night? I was gonna say that too. Like you said, okay, just because you know that she's safe, you're okay with that. Now, what if she spent the night
she
again,
spent the
it
night. Then she spent the
unexpectedly,
night.
yeah. Then she
and
spent
you're
the
still
night.
okay with
Then
it
yeah, bro.
So
Because like it depends on the
so
circumstance.
with no
so
communication? Like,
I
so here's
mean,
the thing. Yeah,
go ahead, Mo.
yeah. So the thing is this, right?
Mm-hmm.
is when you start to change your behavior, and it's not just based off of one event. For me, it's not just based off of one event. There has to be events leading up to it. There has to be events after. So just because you do one fucked up thing, right, doesn't mean that your behavior is automatically going to change. It could be a one-off situation. But if it's something that continues to happen, then you've got to make a choice. Because if you feel uncomfortable about it and you don't like it and you tell them, hey, I don't like you staying out this late at night without at least letting me know what's going on. Because let's remember this, right? What's
Mm-hmm.
going on, James? Yo, let's remember this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Had she not checked her app, she would never know about it.
Facts. And
So
like I
let's
said, they,
let's not forget about that. Go
and
ahead, Miles.
and
Yeah,
and
that's
not for
crazy.
yo, and not for nothing,
Communication.
and not for nothing, it sounds like they don't live together. So if
No, they
he's
don't.
just so if he's just somewhere where it's like, yo, that's the homie, and he's just like riding around, I don't feel like if I don't live with somebody, like I owe them that. To even the phone pickup, it depends how fly we was as a couple. But like, if it's no emergency or whatever, I'm looking at it like, yo, we not even that fly yet.
And they beefing too. So um,
Yes, they beefing, but it's like, yo, again, like I can speak for me, but it's like I'm big on like doing the others, right? And like I'm not a cheater. So it's like no matter what, if I expect the same type of energy with me, again, it could be like, yo, some sucker shit, but again, I'm not a cheat preventer either. Like if somebody's gonna cheat, they're gonna cheat. Like I'm not gonna like build no fence, no wall or whatever to stop anybody from doing what they doing because I feel like that's what they gonna fucking do anyway. That's
Right.
just
exactly.
how I feel. You know what I
I
mean?
agree.
So it's
Yeah.
like all you could do is like, yo, even like my line of questioning never goes there. It's like the N word with me. I put it like that, right? It's like the N word or racism. I'm never gonna call somebody racist unless like that shit is like super duper deliberate
Blatant.
or it's like some
Yeah.
shit. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yo, that dude could just be a dickhead. But it's like, yo, I'm not gonna lead with that. It's just like, yo, like if you feel like malicious about your shorty, if you gonna say cheating and you're not gonna be able to prove it, or your guy, you're not gonna be able to prove it, and then you fucked your whole relationship up.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but he was never gonna tell her, bro. He
He
was
don't
never gonna
owe her
tell
that.
her.
He don't owe her that though. I don't feel unless that's something they established, bro. It's like, yo, so if you don't live with a shorty, right? Like, say you with a chick and you don't live with her, right?
Hmm.
Yo, you hit her with every move or just the ones that could be questionable because she might be on the app. That means you paying too much attention to that shit. To me.
Mm.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Now, I mean, I understand what you're saying. It's just to me. That's why I brought this topic up was because I knew I knew that you were gonna have a different take on. I knew we all were gonna have a different take on it.
Right.
Yeah.
I knew it. You know what I mean? And so I mean, again, like I'm very I trust a lot. I trust hard. You
Yeah,
know,
same.
but I'm also a realist. And the thing is if I had to put my money, if I'm a betting man and I had to put my money whether or not he was cheating or had the intent to cheat or that he had no intent to cheat, which one of those things would I pick? So, which one of those things would you pick if you had to pick one based off of just the information that I told you? I know it's circumstantial, Miles, but if you have to bet on one, what is it?
I don't know the dude, bro. Like that. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't know the situation because like so like you said, Shorty said her life is not perfect. She's not perfect. So that means she
Right.
get down with fuck shit, bro. So if she's on that shit,
Mm.
then you know what I
She
mean?
probably did shit to him.
She probably did
No,
shit to
but you know
him
what?
and
She one
uh,
one thing about her is that she's loyal though. That part, as far as I know, if she's a loyal woman, and like she doesn't even go out, like she wouldn't even go, like if I invited her to go bowling with a group of our friends, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like from work. Yo,
Right.
she wouldn't even do that because she knows that he would be blowing her phone up.
So
Bro,
why he can't
that
come along?
No, she
even
does
if,
invite him and then he doesn't want to
Oh,
go.
you don't want to go?
bro,
Okay.
and that's what I'm saying, Mo. I'm like, yo, they petty love petty, bro. It's like, yo,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? It's like, yo, like if that's the type of shit that she's on, eh, and he's gonna be on the same shit because like that sounds like they hold grudges. That sounds like they be on that tit for tat shit. You see what I'm saying? So it's like no, like both parties are wrong, right? But it's more about the culture that they cultivated on the onset. That relationship might not be worth it now, right? Even she might have to start over and
Mm.
like
Mm.
and be the woman she
Project
wants to see
Reset.
in a man. Yeah, she got to be the woman she wants to see in a man, and she has to use all that. But like this might be a little bit too tainted.
I wonder why she said I'm not perfect. Like what happened in that
So
relationship?
That's a good question.
so um so she is the type of person who, like, I'll give you an example. She said that she sometimes will start arguments with him about stupid stuff that she knows is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
She want
so
attention.
well, maybe,
Mm.
but she will sometimes start like some sort of arguments with him that aren't worth the argument, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she said that she sometimes says that she needs time to herself.
Mind
And I
games.
said,
Yeah.
I don't understand how that part is a problem. We all need time to ourselves, you know.
Yeah.
And
Word.
so I don't see where that issue is. Um but apparently, you know, she feels that uh it is an issue, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What did he say? We don't live together. We don't owe each other anything. There is no way he should given her access to her app. Miles is speaking facts. Yo, that's a whole fact. Um, I mean, I wouldn't give anybody access to any crazy apps like that.
It's not a
No
crazy
freaking way.
app, bro. It's more of a like it's saying it's more of a safety thing, right?
For
So
you?
like, yeah, but that's the actual intent of it. It's not a catch a cheetah magnet or no bullshit like that, bro. It's like
Definitely.
yo,
Like I
What do
got
you
that
think?
type of I got that type of app like on my son. Like so I
yeah,
can know where he's at. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
It's
I
a
mean
safety. It's
I get the safety part of it. I get the safety part of it.
Yeah,
But
but you can also use it
when
for other things.
yeah. What was the intention when they downloaded the app and shared that locations? What was
So
the intention then?
his intent was to keep an eye on where she was. I
Mm.
That's what I think. But
So he
because it's linked, she can see where he is too.
yeah.
so
At
he's
least
the one
that's
that suggested. He's the one that
I
suggested
think
that.
so.
You
I
think so?
think so. I'm not 100% sure. I wish she was on the show so that she could
Mm-hmm.
explain more, you know, but yeah, it's a crazy situation. Now, when she asked, they met up for lunch one day, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want to wait. What is it? That safety?
Safety app
I
should
thought it
not
was
go to
mother.
mother or wife, not no girl. That's a fact. Just
So
because of
I agree
perception.
with that, Jackie
You know what I'm saying?
Goddess.
Just because of perception. But like to like somebody like me, I'm not opposed to none of that shit because it's like, what are we doing? Like again, what is your goal catching the cheetah? Like what's the actual goal of that shit?
I don't know because I don't try to catch one.
Exactly. So it's like,
I
yo,
don't try to
the
catch no
people
cheater.
who try to catch one. The only goal is like, yo, to me, like, I think it's like super cliche that like people like say, oh, a cheetah is this, a cheetah is that, this and the third. But it's like, yo, like nowadays, if somebody's cheating on you and they can't tell you or they don't tell you that where you fucking up, whatever, yo, y'all whole shit is fucked up. That's not the
Yeah,
only thing. You see what I'm saying? This is not the
yeah,
only thing. So it's like, yo, if you can't like, so I believe that like men and women are equal, right? So it's just like, yo, I can't sleep at a friend's house that's a female because it's late because what are you thinking? Like, if somebody even came to me with that bullshit, I'm on some other shit. That shit is dead.
So so she was insecure about the whole situation
Mm-hmm.
after this, right? Which I think rightfully so, because he didn't, like Ant said, he didn't what's Wendy saying? Neither one sound like they're serious about each other because they're moving very
Very much.
immaturely.
It's a
I
fact.
mean, I mean, yeah, but this is the reason
Facts.
why I'm bringing this up is because she asked for advice on it,
Right, right.
you know. So, but I agree it doesn't seem serious, but they see it as, they see it as a serious relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So she was feeling insecure about the whole thing because, like Aunt said, they didn't communicate. Like, he didn't communicate to her, like, hey, i'm I'm out late, which he doesn't necessarily have to because they're not married. But in the same sense, now all of a sudden she's like, well, what are you doing? Because of how he would act, how he would react to the situation if she was in it. If it was the other way around, he would react totally different, right?
But that's my
So
shit. Yeah.
go ahead.
So like that's my thing. It's like when I say tit for tat, it's like I don't move away because Noel moved away. You see what I'm saying? I like you said, I beat to the beat of my I move to the beat of my own drum. So it's just
Right.
like, yo, like it's some shit that she might get jealous of that I wouldn't get jealous of, but I'm not gonna get jealous because she would get jealous because then, like Wendy said, that's being very immature. It's like, yo, you have your things that you're uncomfortable with, and if you don't speak that, like as the event is transpiring or even prior to the event, that's something that y'all, if y'all want to work on your relationship, y'all would have to get after or talk about as a couple, right? It's like you might have
definitely.
a stumbling stone, but it's like if something makes you uncomfortable and we can't talk about it, if for me to jump to conclusions or to make like wild, outlandish assumptions, I ain't shit.
Facts.
So she was feeling insecure about it. So she said, well, let me see the conversation between you guys. Which for
Mm-hmm.
me, I'm like, I I never do things like that, so I never need to show anybody my phone, show anybody my text messages, anything like that. I wouldn't do it,
Right.
because I
Phone
wouldn't
unlocked.
do anything. It says, why can he do what he does not want her doing? That's not healthy. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not. I
it's
agree with
not.
you, Brooke. It's not healthy in a relationship for anyone to do that.
It
You know,
happens though. Yeah.
but it,
Yeah,
it it happens, and this is why I say that I get what you guys are saying, but let's call a spade a spade. The dude is wrong for staying out and not, like, you know what I mean, not really telling her where he
communicate.
was gonna be.
I
You know
don't
what I mean?
agree. I don't think so.
He no, you don't have to agree with it. It's just like, the thing is this. If you know that you have certain standards, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're a guy and you have certain standards, because you're looking at it from Miles' point of view, right?
Always. Mm-hmm. Play my
So
system.
exactly. So
Like,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm looking at it from this guy's point of view, and
Mm-hmm.
then I'm going solely off of what Brooke says, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brooke is saying it's not right because he expects her to be one way, but then he he can be another.
Look, read what Scott said. No, Mo, they are both wrong. That's a whole figgity. That's a whole fact, bro. They both wrong. So like, it's like that wild expectation, bro. If if I don't live with you, right, and it's just like that's like a double standard right there. If I don't live with you, if I wouldn't call you if I'm going, oh, I'm going to this bar. Oh, yo, then we going to McDonald's. Yo, then yo, I stop at the gas station. If I'm not
Bro,
doing stupid shit like that, it's the same thing.
yeah, but bro, like he literally he like if she is out doing anything, bro, he knows about it. He wants to know about it. And if he doesn't know about it, then he's holding her to a certain standard that he doesn't hold himself to. And that's where I'm saying that he's wrong.
So
He's
yeah,
wrong
if,
for that.
if
Okay.
You can't hold somebody to a standard and say, "Hey, you can't go across that river over there." And
You
then
absolutely
you
can.
no, you
if
can't.
he expects
Not if
that
you're
from
doing
her,
it.
he needs to
If
do
you
what he
yeah,
expects from you.
you lead
Y'all are
by example.
bugging.
You're
Y'all
a leader.
bugging.
Listen, Myles, you're a leader, right?
Yeah.
You're a leader. So
Yeah.
how many times have you told your soldiers to do something that you wouldn't do yourself?
Mad times.
That's fucked up.
Mad times, son. You talk about like I'm a real leader, son. Like, yo, like I mean that like I wouldn't do. Yeah, man, mad times. But it's like again, man, it's the context of it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like this. Like, look, I'm gonna read this question, and we can get back to my shit. But like, look. So Brooke goes, "Do you think he did it? Do you think he did it just to be vindictive and make her feel away, but had no intentions of cheating at all?" That's what I'm saying. So that whole holding somebody to a standard that you do, to me, like I said, that's what you should do, right? If you want, if it, you need it to be healthy, but it's not expected. It doesn't have to go down like that. You see what I'm saying? But like, if he's a toxic person to the point where he might even be doing some crazy shit, like trying to just like fuck with her head, again, they are both wrong and they don't need to be together.
Oh no, listen, I agree with you there. I agree with you, but at the same time, bro, like you can't be you can't be one way with somebody. You can't tell somebody you can't be out past a certain time,
Why
right?
not?
And you can't hold somebody to a standard, bro. And
Why
and
not?
then and then because you're holding them to a certain standard for no like what's the reasoning behind it?
Because that's your preference. So that's what I'm saying.
So
So it's like this. You beat to the beat of your own drum, right?
yeah.
Like you beat to the beat of your own drum, right? And I'll read Scott's question after I make this point. You beat to the beat of your own drum. You your girl is not a carbon copy of you. So she probably beat to the beat of her drum. And that's where you get the word compromise, right? So when you making that compromise, again, it has to be said to what is negotiable and not negotiable. But if it's not said, and it's not like I said, like if he was sleeping at your house because y'all was playing video games or y'all was working on something, and that wouldn't be a problem. Why are we like to me? That's like being very objectifying because it's like yo, like if unless she knows the girl is a jump or she thinks she's a jump or she knows anything about her, like why she just can't be like yo, my friend need to talk to me. He gonna crash on my couch. Is what I'm saying.
Because be, because he if it was the other way around,
Mhm.
right? Wait, matter of fact, get to Scott's
So
question
I'll
first,
read
and then
Scott. So Scott said, respectfully, if you're my girl, then you have to meet my needs. Yes, sorry. You have to meet my needs. Like if I have to meet your like I have to meet yours. She was not fulfilling his emotions, his emotional needs then, and he had to seek it elsewhere. That's a fact. But that doesn't mean sex. That doesn't mean cheating. If she wasn't seeking his emotional needs, like sometimes you need a female's opinion or you need like a male opinion or like before it gets worse. And like, and you, if you and your girl's not like at the shit where y'all can actually have a good dialogue, that shit might fuck you up in the brain to where it's like, yo, she like, yo, he bugging now. I'm talking from experience.
Okay,
so
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
that could have
so
been a phone
while
call too, instead of going over that late.
so
It.
while so while listen,
Mm,
I'm not sitting here saying that she is innocent.
no.
I'm not saying that she is. That's what Scott said. I'm not saying that she's innocent,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna let this shit slide by, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh well, it's okay for him to tell her to do one thing, and then he goes and do another. Like, you need to have communication. He wouldn't have told her that if she didn't find out through the app. So
Bro,
you're doing wrong. So it's like, nah. So you know that you're doing wrong.
it's none of her
You know what I'm
business.
saying? Okay. But then that's where I go back to what you said. They don't need to be together. They're in a
Right.
relationship that don't you know what I'm saying? Like the way
Yeah.
that I'm looking at it, like Scott and like you said, yeah, they're both wrong. It's just I'm not gonna let it. I'm focused right now on what he did wrong. I'm not
Okay.
Yeah.
saying that he doesn't owe her anything, right? Because they're not
Mm-hmm.
married. They don't have any, they're just boyfriend, girlfriend. He don't owe her anything. But if
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be in a relationship where it's supposed to, that's where it could lead up to, you're telling each other that you love each other every day. Bro, that by doing those acts that he did, first off, if she would have done it, he would have kicked her to the curb immediately. That's a whole
Yeah.
fact,
If that's
right?
where his
Because
standards
she would
lie,
have been
yeah.
because she would have been for the streets, and that she's not meeting his standard. But it doesn't make it okay for you to fucking do it and then turn around and say, "Oh, well, I'm innocent." It's like, no, bitch. Like, if anything, like, I don't want to say who's worse. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not here for that. But what I am
Mm-hmm.
saying is he's wrong too. They probably shouldn't be in a relationship at this point because they're now just going, like you said, tit for tat.
Okay. So Mo, do you agree to do I'm gonna ask you a couple questions, right? Do you think
Sure.
that a girl could have a male best friend?
Yes.
Okay. And do you agree that a heterosexual woman can have a male best friend?
Yes.
Right. So do you think that there's certain things that she would tell her male best friend that she couldn't get off to her husband at first or boyfriend at first?
Yes, because she needs a male perspective.
Right. Right. So similar, right? So she needs a male
Yes.
perspective. But like in all life and everything, like those two people would never fuck.
That's
Right? Do
not
you
true.
agree? No, I'm saying like, do, is it possible? I'm asking.
It's possible, but if you were to ask, if you were to ask, all right, if a female were to, if a guy were to ask a female if she would fuck her best friend, she might say no. But in most
Mm-hmm.
cases, if you ask the male best friend, if
Mm-hmm.
he would hook up with him, more chances he would say yeah than she would.
Yeah, I
Mm.
see. Yo, I see what you're saying. So, so if the girl says like no is no, right? Do we agree?
Right.
No is no, right?
Yeah.
So like
Every language,
if
yes.
that
Unless
standard,
it's yes. Unless it's yes.
unless it's yes, right? But like if that standard, if yo, so like to me, it again it goes back to self, right? Because like if you in a relationship where you know like your person's not gonna get jiggy with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you decide to pursue that, yo, that says everything about you, your loyalty, and who you are. So it's like, yo, if that comes out, it need to come out. You know what I mean? And because it's gonna put you in a better place. Maybe like nowadays you can be in any type of relationship you want to be in. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, so why even be that person to where it's like I'm gonna sneak, and it's like, nah, bro, I'm gonna be a polygamist or a polyamorous or whatever I
Yeah.
want to be, and I'm just gonna be like that because I don't need to hide that anymore. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel like, yo, that should be the sell. But to go back to what you said at first about the double standard, and to hint on to like what Scott said before too, if I have a standard for a woman that I'm with, whatever, that's my criteria. She could bring her shit to the table too. It's not cookie cutter. It's not the same. You know what I mean? We not the same. But like, I'm not gonna say, well, you did that, I should be able to do that, because that's childish. You see what I'm saying? But like, a certain shit might not piss you off. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like, for example, my wife, when she cooks, she don't clean while she cook. When I cook, I clean as I'm cooking.
Okay.
Boy, does that shit get on my fucking nerves when I see shit piled up at the end. You know what I mean?
Apples and oranges. Apples and oranges.
Nah, it's the
Mm.
same. It's the same
Apples and
thing. That's
oranges.
how it
Apples
snowballs,
and
bro.
oranges, bro.
Okay.
There's a difference between you not taking the trash out or taking the trash out and not putting the liner in to, oh, I'm gonna be out until 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning at another female's house. There's a difference. No matter
So
how you twist and turn it, there's a difference.
what I'm
There,
telling you
there is.
is no, but
There
what I'm
is.
telling,
You can't compare it like that.
but good brother, what I'm telling you is that's what you call a snowball effect. That shit came from some shit like that, bro. It became like that comparison game starts early and then it just gets
Mhm.
bigger because you don't speak about it. And that's why I gave such a minute example because that's how that shit works. So it's like, yo, if I'm gonna pick that little shit, I'm gonna make it bigger. And then like I'm gonna see if she's loyal. I'm gonna see if she because it's all it becomes a constant test. And who wants to be tested? Who wants to, you know what I mean? Then it's like, yo, I gotta get out these chains. I put y'all back in chains.
Oh man.
Who said that?
Ant, you've been quiet, bro. What you
Yo, who
think
said
I
is
mean,
going
I
on?
didn't want to cut y'all off.
who said
I
that
didn't
though?
want
I
to cut
put y'all
y'all off,
back.
but
Who said that? I put y'all back in chains.
I don't know who
I
said
have
that.
no idea.
Me
The,
neither.
pre- the president of the United States, bro. Joe Biden said that shit. So,
Oh,
I can't with you. Yo, Ant,
what?
what you got to
He
say
didn't
about
say
this,
that.
bro?
it's a fact he said that shit. So.
Yeah, yeah. We still on the same topic? Are we
Yeah.
going?
Yeah, we still on the same
Yeah, I
topic.
mean, they're both wrong. I don't know how serious their relationship is. It feels like it's not that serious. You know what I mean? If it is that serious, it's a lot of issues within that relationship that's concerning, and I don't think they should be together. You know,
Well said.
Yeah.
that's how I feel.
Or, or it could
Well
be a
said.
conversation. Or it could be a conversation, bro.
Or yeah, it could be miscommunication. I
Yeah.
don't know.
But
How
that's
long have
I
they
mean,
been together? Do you know
hold on.
that?
it's only
No.
it's only been like a year.
Yeah, it's light work.
It's only been a year. He got up and left.
Yo, let me tell you some shit, Mo. If he's fucking somebody else, or if she's concerned about that shit, one of them is fucking somebody else. That's a fact. Yo,
A
that's a
year.
fact.
A year?
Yeah, if they
Only a
Are
within
they
year,
a
bro.
year,
talking or are they in a relationship? Like,
No, they're in a relationship,
they
bro.
say they love each other. But that's what I'm
They
saying.
still say they saying they love each other and all that. Yeah, bro.
oh, you saw the text messages, right?
No,
Who, me?
No.
I hear them talk well. I hear the conversations.
Okay.
I'll just
Yeah,
leave it at
bro.
that. I
Yeah,
just hear the conversations.
if that's the case, if we pointing fingers and shit like that, they like some people get off on that shit. I just think like for me, I just know I got too much things going on to ever fucking care or even want to know if like my wife is doing some other shit. Like I feel like yo, I would have never fucking got married if I feel like that's the type of person she's gonna be.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
great.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
bro, I think they're both wrong.
Hard enough being black in
It's
America.
just like I said before. I won't let it slide by like he's not in the wrong too.
Yeah, they both wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both wrong, but I mean, I honestly, if somebody was doing something
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't approve of, and it's been going on for a year,
Uh-huh.
then yo, I'm out. I'm out. At some point, it's like, nah, I can't do this. Especially if they live in different places,
Right. Bro.
it's like, nah, like,
I,
nope.
I I could tell you right now what type of couple they are, and maybe this would be good for her to hear.
What
They're
type of couple?
they're always trying to one up and catch and do all that shit, cat and mouse each other, right? So there's no progression in the relationship because they don't even know how to be vulnerable. Because if you're like vulnerability to me is huge in a relationship, right? Not only because Dr. Bené Brown is about my people, but is they don't know how to be vulnerable. So if you don't know how to be vulnerable, you constantly got your guard up. So it's like no
Mm,
softness. You just your whole shit is hardened, right? So they could have like great sex or some shit like that, right? And like the sex is like just outcast, overshadowing everything else, or like the convenience of like he could be a great chef, or she could be a great chef, or his ride could be convenient or whatever. That's just overshadowing all the bad shit. But like one of them is either mustering up the courage to talk about it, and the other one is like trying to see how far they could take it.
mm,
you
But
know,
nobody wins when the
I
family
I think
feuds.
I think that from what I've seen, I think that um, they are a couple where when things get bad and one of them tries to step away, like in this case, it's like things will get so bad that she'll try to step away.
Mm-hmm.
But dude is so persistent, right? That like when she like when she like deletes his phone number or blocks him, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
yo, my man will get one of those like apps that you can call people
But it
from the
worked.
app,
But
Yeah,
yo,
that don't
and
sound like a
but it
healthy
he
worked.
keeps,
relationship.
yo, bro, he keeps calling.
Yo, bro, I never hate the player. I never hate the player on
Yo,
shit like that.
I listen. I'm just observing and reporting, bro.
No,
I'm
I
just
feel you.
observing and
But
reporting.
when I say I never hate the player on shit like that, because if that's his way to catch a fish and it worked, more power to him.
Yo, dude is persistent, bro.
But more
Dude is
power to
persistent.
Mm.
more like so. Brooks says,
Yeah.
if you declare I love you, you would think that's a serious relationship. But it's the same thing I said earlier, Brooke. Right? It's like without trust, there's no love. Period. You see what I'm saying? So if you can't trust nobody, like how
That's
deep is your love?
yeah. If
Period.
you have to be able to like me. I'm like I have to be able to trust you 100%.
Yeah,
You know, like I trust Brooke 100%, bro.
as you should, as do I do
Right.
Noel. Yeah.
But like once that trust starts getting like broken and it starts
Mm-hmm.
getting down to like 90, 80%, then
Mm.
I'm looking like, okay,
I said
like
90.
I can't, I have a standard. I have a standard. And so
Mm.
there's nothing that
100%?
somebody, yeah, it's got to be in the 90s. You can do
Oh,
something
90s.
that's,
Okay.
you can, wait, what did you say? Mo has an emotional attachment because you're only
Mm.
reporting one
Reporting.
side of the story. No, I'm not.
Mm.
No, I'm not.
I didn't
No,
want to
I'm
say
not.
that, but I agree.
I'm not only reporting one side of the
Right.
story because I think that they're both wrong. You
I
know,
think that
she
most
doesn't need to be in a relationship. I don't have an
right.
emotional
I
attachment. It just so happens that I know her side of the story better. You
right.
know, there's been
The way
plenty of times where I've said you just need to get out of that relationship if you think that he's doing wrong. You know,
right.
and I've said it on this show. So it's not like I have an emotional attachment. It's that I just know more of one side of the story. So I observe and I report. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know his whole side of the story.
Right. So
Mm.
you're basically your story is based off the facts that you know. But you know what I
Right.
mean? That's what it's based off the facts that you know. But like some of the questions that are being asked because the young lady asked you to come on with this, these are some of the questions that you might want to go back and ask yourself. And I think this is why you did that, right? It's like because you all these questions that like the chat has and we have, it's like, yo, once you have all those facts, it'll give you a better POV on how as a friend, how you would handle it. Because like I ain't gonna hold you, right? Just objectively speaking, if my shorty went and told you some shit like that, I would have more of a problem with that shit than this whole shit.
Mm.
Yo, that's a fact. Yes.
So,
That's me. How about you, Ant?
yeah, I definitely have a problem with that too.
I
Yeah,
would have more of a
for
problem
sure.
with that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would have more of a problem with that shit. I'm like, yo, what? So like, you know what I mean?
yeah, it's crazy.
That's the kid.
Yeah, I feel you. So
Not me.
I got it. Okay, we still on this, or y'all want to?
Yeah,
What
man,
wait,
we on it. Go ahead.
what did he say? Exactly. You don't know his side of the story. Yeah, I
Right.
don't know
Yeah,
his side of the story.
yeah, we gotta
However,
get
I
inside.
did but I did want to bring this topic up.
Right. No,
So
actually.
if I want to bring this topic up and I only know most of her side of the story, then it may seem like I'm only on her side, but I've said multiple times that they just need to get out of the relationship. I
Yeah,
know I know more of her side of the story. So I get where you're coming from, Scott. But in the same sense, that's all I know.
So
It's not like
mm.
I can't call
Hey,
dude up. I can't call dude up and say, "Hey, I heard this side of the story. Let me just
nah.
get you. I've never met you.
so
Let's have
yeah,
lunch. Let's go to
We
Panera
about
Bread
to
and let's talk about it."
we about to put the play myself spin on this shit. Right?
no,
So
why?
let's
No, we're
go ahead. Go ahead, Ant.
no.
What you about to say?
So while she was going through all that, did she ever mention that she was gonna show up to his location, or she thought about it?
No, she wasn't gonna show up.
No. Okay.
No,
So
no, she wasn't
Yeah.
gonna show up.
so let's put the play myself spin to this shit, right? Yo, what like let's guess his side. Like let's like let's chat that. Let's be
Okay.
chatty about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think happened, Mo? Like on your like your real opinion, and I'm just gonna play over your shit because like what your real opinion? What you think happened?
He basically asked you
Because
that
you know,
earlier, but you said you know.
no, I
Okay.
don't know because I don't know Shorty. So
Yeah.
he knows her. Like this is a story to me.
So
You
Okay.
see what I'm saying? So like that's why I said we're gonna play off of it based off what he actually like really knows because he speaks to her, and then we both can go in and it'll make it fun.
Okay.
all
I
right.
wouldn't know.
So what I think happened was he he basically has mommy issues, right? So he's always trying to call. He always calls her on his lunch. Always calls her. Always calling her. So one
Mhm.
night, you know, he was trying to call her. She was probably laying down or something. She just didn't answer her phone or whatever. And he was just like, he was sitting there. He was scrolling through his phone. He could have been scrolling through an app. He could have been scrolling through Facebook, whatever.
Mhm.
And so he decided to maybe go out and grab a drink with Shorty, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Or grab a drink by himself, right?
Mhm.
And he's at the bar. Shorty texts him up, right? And she's like, "Hey, you know, what are you doing?" He's like, "I'm at a bar. You should come out tonight." And she's like, "No, you know, I'm in the house. You can come over here though. It's it's not too late." So
Mhm.
boom, he comes over. They hang out. It's like
Mm.
9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night,
Mhm.
and they're hanging out. And time time's flying. They're talking. They're shooting the shit or whatever. And before you know it, they're just sitting there talking, watching something on TV, innocently. And he's like, "Yo, you know what? I could probably smash that shit tonight." Right? That's what he's thinking. He may not act on it, but that's what he's thinking, right?
Mhm.
And so, as soon as he says that, that's when he gets a phone call from his girl.
Mhm. Which he
Mm.
doesn't lie about. Which he doesn't lie about.
Right.
Okay.
So he gets the phone call and turns the phone onto the coffee table, right? Or turns it off or whatever the case is.
Mhm.
Mm.
And so he gets another phone call. Now this time, Shorty that he's with says, "Aren't you gonna answer that?" And he's like,
No.
"Nah, nah, I'm not gonna answer it."
Now we
You know,
beefing.
because they've been talking the whole
Mind your
night.
business. Yeah.
They've been talking the whole night about his situation with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now when she sees the phone call, she sees it almost as a challenge,
Mm.
right? Now, do they hook up that night? No one will ever know. I don't know because I don't know him. I can't make that judgment.
Right.
But as far as how the night went, I think it went along those lines where it could have started out innocent, but eventually it got late at night. And after a certain time of night, and you're not home, you have to think, hey, you know what? Shorty probably want me to smash. It don't matter what. It don't matter who you are. You're never thinking, oh, we're just gonna talk the whole night. You never think that. At some point in the night, when you're hanging out at somebody's house, and correct me if I'm wrong, right? At
Mhm.
some point, you always have that initial thought. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Like,
Yeah, we can hear you.
yeah.
Damn, y'all can hear me. I can't hear y'all.
You saying like
Damn, I was
yeah.
just
Yeah.
getting to the good part. Hold on a
Yeah.
second.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna just
Yeah,
keep it
fix the
filler.
technical
Yeah, I'm gonna fill
difficulties.
it. I'm
I
gonna
gotta
fill.
shut
I'm gonna
these
filler
off real
this shit.
quick and then turn them back
So
on.
so like to recap on what Mo's saying, I can see this is gonna end up really good
Is this
as
working?
far as
Come
what
on,
he's
man.
saying
Yeah.
because a lot of what he's saying
Shit.
is actually factual. You know what I mean? It's actually factual, but the beginning of like the whole mommy issue. Yeah, I feel like most men have mommy issues. It depends what you perceive an issue to be an issue.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? So it's like when somebody says, "Yo, you got these type of issues." Yo, it's an issue to you. That's to me, that's a superpower. You know what I mean? Like, so like what would you call an issue? When he's like, all right, you got somebody has mom issues. I feel like most men have that shit. To whatever he's saying. So like I would have
I
no
know I
clarity
don't.
for that. You don't
Nah,
have
I don't have
I
mommy
know I
issues.
don't.
so what do you perceive as a mommy issue? So like what
Like needy, like you need to what
so
speak to
You
your
need to
mother,
be
be with your
coddled.
mother all the time.
anything
Coddle, yeah,
any yeah
that's
listen not
perfect
even
right there.
so that's an example, right? So to me any the perfect example of a woman to most men is their mom, right? Right or wrong? Like the most
Mm,
I would say like the most perfect that the people that the most like in qualities you look for in a woman, you can see it in your mom, right? Because that's the only way you would learn. If you even if you guys are
You
denying me, go
but
ahead.
you can see qualities, and you can want the same qualities uh in your girl that your mom has, but that don't mean that I need to be up under you all the time.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
That doesn't mean that.
but
So I mean, the
you
example of, go ahead.
no, you're taking a broad stroke of a mom issue, right? So when you're saying, okay, somebody needs to be under you and all that stuff like that, that is say like that's an isolated issue if you were to call that an issue, right? But like, so say you like your fucking steak cut up because that's you got that from someone. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
if you like like a woman to like clean the bathtub after she took a bath right away because that's you got that from somewhere. So to some people, that could be considered an issue. You see what I'm
It
saying?
could,
It's just
but
yes.
Yeah, I agree.
my perception of mommy issues is somebody that needs to, that a boy, or
Like me, like me, like
hey,
me, like me,
Uh,
like me, like me.
but somebody that needs somebody up under you, that, like, like I can go somewhere, and I now Scott got me subconsciously thinking like I'm being unfair to
mm,
this dude. So,
yeah,
but
Uh,
now the way that I look at it is I don't I don't need to be like constantly with someone in order to be happy with them.
mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, I'm the complete opposite. I don't like to be around all, like, I don't want to be around somebody all the time if I'm with them. If you don't believe me, ask Brooke. Like, I'm very like, I'd rather sit in a room by myself sometimes because I have to have that alone time. And
yeah,
we're just learning that part about us now.
That's
Is
fair.
that I really need to have that alone time, because now, granted, does Brooke have some of those qualities that my mom has? Yes. Do I want to be coddled? Hell no.
Okay, but
But
but but like that isn't like again like you guys you isolate not you guys you're isolating your preferences towards the comment of mommy issues. So like so when you're talking about mommy issue, you're talking about a particular mommy issue that you see in the dude that you heard about. Let's say that, right? So
right.
like right, so that mom issue it's not being under somebody because he's at the next bitch house. You know what I mean? So it ain't that ain't the issue. So what's your perception of the mom issue?
My perception is that he needs to be, well, of him, right?
Yeah, yes,
Of
his
just
mom
of
issue.
just him.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that he needs to be up under her all the time. And this is the first issue that you're only hearing about the one issue where he actually went somewhere else. He
Word.
actually seeked it somewhere else.
This whole
But
story
all
seemed like
the
she wanted to be under him.
what's that?
This whole story seems like she want to be under him. She's stalking. She's basically dead ass watching to see what time he left and shit like that.
I mean, but this is just one piece of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so, and I'm not trying to defend anyone, but if you're saying that it seemed, wait, what did she say? I don't think it's mommy issues. More
Yeah.
respectfully disagree. I think it's control and manipulation.
Big
Okay,
facts.
but do you not think that they're both trying to control each other?
It ain't a toxic relationship, my nigga.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't see. I don't see where I'm wrong with the fact that like the way that I look at mommy issues is that you have to be underneath somebody constantly. Now, the only reason why I think she's constantly under him is because he likes to be underneath her.
She got
Mm-hmm.
used
That's
to it
you know,
throughout the year.
yeah. So
Okay.
they come to a compromise, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're in a relationship, you're in a compromise.
Mm-hmm.
So if she says, okay, you know what, I'm gonna have to learn to deal with him constantly wanting to be around me.
Mm-hmm.
So she then sacrifices her time to herself to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that she hangs out with him all the time. Eventually, that becomes toxic and she doesn't want to be around him like that anymore, or she needs a few days away from him. Now, the
Mm-hmm.
moment that she does that, then he goes and hangs out with the next girl, which,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he doesn't owe her anything. They're not married, but that's the way that I see him having mommy issues. I mean, you guys can say that it's not you feel like she's like up under him and that she's stalking him, but I don't think that's the case.
So how about this, right? So say like if you came to my house, right? Like say we working on a studio or whatever, right? Well, I came to your house, right? It doesn't matter. And like my wife's friends were over, right? And
Mm-hmm.
or I came to your house and Brooke's friends were over, and like we got drunk or whatever, and like it was like not safe for you to go home, right? But then like say you called Brooke or whatever, but like or
Communication.
or you didn't, right? But you was sleeping over. You're not gonna I'm sleeping over. It's like 8 bitches upstairs, but yeah, I'm I'm just gonna stay down here. That is to me like the outcome is the same if you don't have trust.
So first off, Brooke would already know that I'm going over your house.
Right. Oh, I see what
She
you're
Communication.
would
saying.
already
Yeah.
she would already
Communication.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm gonna me and Scott are not gonna agree on this. I'm gonna go with that. We're just not gonna agree on it, and it's fine. Listen, it's all
Scott said,
love.
"Bro, you can't make a statement without objectively knowing his side of the story." Right?
Yeah,
Talk heavy.
yes, I can. Yes, I can, and I did.
Mm.
There's I can only speak on the situation at hand, but I don't know the full
Mm.
context of what he's even about. I only know
Her story.
her side of the story. So let's maybe we can look at it this way, right?
Let's go, big dog.
So if Brooke tells me a story
Mm.
about something that I have no idea who the person is, or
Yeah.
or who it's about, I don't even know the person.
Light skin
All
Jermaine.
I
Yeah.
all I
Okay.
know is her side of
Dark
the
skin man.
story,
Yeah.
right? So do I just blindly believe her?
You? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you. I
yeah,
see you believe it.
right,
Yeah,
right.
You?
I
Yeah.
do,
definitely.
I do,
Because that's your friend.
without knowing the without
Yeah.
knowing the story, and I think that I can do that. And Scott, if your wife tells you a story about somebody at work, then you can blindly just I know that you may not have an opinion about it, you may not want to but you only know your wife's side of the story.
Mm.
So if you speak on it, it's
That's
like,
different.
oh damn, that's messed up.
No, that's
Damn,
different
that's
though,
foul.
bro. That's different though. Because that's his wife,
Okay.
bro. It's different. Like if you talking about his
Yeah, not
wife
a
in
girlfriend.
in a joint, and you talking about like what happens at his wife work or whatever, that's different. Like I said, it would make me more pissed off that like my wife is sharing that with somebody at work, right? To me. But at the same time, I see where she's coming from because at the same time, she's seeking exactly what the fuck he was seeking. She's just needed with her shit. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So
hey, you know what? Fuck it.
nah, but I wanna make some shit up though, real quick. So
So
like
yeah, make some shit up. What happened?
so
What
I'm
you
like,
think
yo,
happened?
this is what I think. I think that I think that she got like not caught, but she got into some hot water, right? And without apologizing or without reconciling like the actual event that really hurt the relationship. But it was one of them shits like, like when your girl told you like, all right, we're good, all right, we're good. But like you really not good, and like, or she's not good, and you know it, or she knows it. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
when that's the case, now your neck hair is standing the fuck up. You know what I mean? Because now you like, yo, I gotta get back. Because again, there's something that's making that attraction stick. So like we can't forget that. So it's like, yo, if he's so much of a piece of shit, she wouldn't have lasted a year. You know what I mean? And in the way, at least from what I know from what you're saying, this not the
Mm-hmm.
first time. This not the first time he did some shit like this, or she did some shit like that. This is just who they are, right? So like you said earlier, he could have
This is
been
who I
at
am.
yeah, no. He could have been at the
I'm
fucking
not perfect.
he could have been at the yeah, she said, "Yeah, I'm not perfect."
I'm not
All
perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
all of that shit all that shit is pillows. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because at the end of the day, you like that phone tracker shit, you could turn that shit off, bro. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yo,
Turn location off, yeah.
you turn
Yeah.
location off, and your first inclination, if somebody hits you like that and you speak, you're gonna lie because you're in shock because you fucking guilty. So he's like, yo, nah, I'm at Carol crib. What up? Again, bro, like that shit is her mind playing tricks on her. What?
Nah, I'm just laughing because it's all something that like that that sounds really good.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm
That
fucking
sounds
dude.
better.
Yo, I want to know what happened though to get them to that point. Like for the argument, what happened that for that argument for that to happen?
Yo, you know what? I don't know.
It's
I don't
nothing.
See,
like I
that's the key to this. We need
yeah,
to
I
know
don't
that.
know because
And
I,
I feel like it was her
I
fault
didn't
because she said, "I'm not perfect." Mm.
Bro.
no. So the reason why she said that she wasn't perfect, this part I do know. She doesn't want to come off as, you know what I mean? She wants an honest opinion, bro. Like what's you guys' opinion? And if it's if it comes from a place where it's like where it's just a bunch of people just defending her,
Uh-huh.
then it comes off wrong. So the way that this plays out, it's perfect. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you've got me kind of like looking at it from her side. I've
Yeah.
got Myles where I knew Myles was gonna kind of go opposite.
Take a
And
man,
then
yeah.
we've got Ant that's kind of like I can see both sides.
Right.
So it
Yeah.
actually comes out perfectly the way that, because you're seeing all different angles. You got Scott heckling me, which I'm glad that
Yo,
he did.
let me
I'm
tell you.
glad that he did. I know that it's nothing but love,
I got another
but
question.
yeah, what's that?
No, I got another question too. It's
Oh,
questions.
but
So,
it.
how was the conversation after that happened? Like, do you know that part?
Nah, you're not gonna know
What's that?
What? How was the conversation after that happened? Like
that.
when they
She got
finally
daddy
spoke
issues.
after that happened. Do you know?
So when they did talk after it happened, she wanted to see his phone to see the phone conversation, and he was like, "Nah."
Yeah, kick rocks.
And
So
and
she's controlling.
the reason
Exactly.
why
She
was
got daddy
because
issues. She got
She
daddy
got
issues.
daddy
Like
issues.
Scott
Yeah.
said. Like Scott said.
See.
Yeah, like Scott said. That's the comment of the fucking day. She got daddy issues.
oh my god. No, but I mean, um, but yeah, she wanted to see his phone twice, and two times he said no.
Let me tell
So
you
no.
this, Mo. I bet
But
you.
he's still calling her saying that he didn't do anything wrong.
She probably got that fire
Mm.
pussy. But let me tell you this, Mo. I bet you that shorty, right? That chick, right? If
Yeah.
you tell her to sweep up like some dirt on the floor, right? I bet you she's the type of chick that leave that line. She don't get a tissue and wet that shit and clean that line. I bet you she leave that line.
Yeah.
The way you do anything is the way you do everything, good bro.
Mm.
Well, Aunt, when you sweep the floor, do you leave that line or no?
Nah, I sweep the floor clean, man. I don't play. I hate that.
Nah, it's
Yeah,
only one way to get rid of that
you wipe
line.
it up.
Yeah,
Gotta wipe that.
with a paper towel.
Yeah, that's how you gotta do.
Yeah, some people do it right. You know,
Some
I'm
people
Yeah.
not
sweep
one that
that
would
shit.
do it right.
Yo,
I
some
leave the
people,
line. I leave the
yo, some
line.
people leave the line.
Leave the
Or
line, you
yo,
fucking
or
dirty
Mo,
motherfuckers.
son, or yo, Mo, or they hit this shit with the broom like that shit's just gonna go wherever. I'm
Yeah,
I hit
telling
it
you,
with this.
bro.
I try to hit it with the Swiffer, bro, but like I don't hit it with the
God.
Yeah,
Swiffer every
that's
time.
what I'm saying. But
Like
those are the
like
type of
Brooke.
people that don't
Listen,
talk about
Brooke's
their
the one
shit.
that'll hit the line. Brooke will hit the line.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Mm.
don't hit that line.
That shit has a lot to do with your emotional shit.
Yeah,
Leaving that line.
Leave it alone.
Yeah, that's just a line to cross.
I think this was a good topic though. I think it was a good
Nah,
show.
that shit wrote us out, good brother.
Yeah,
Thank you, man.
it was fire.
Anybody in the
Yeah.
comments have any alibis or they want to ask any questions of Mo
Brooke
or
had one last thing that she wanted to say. She said
go
her
ahead.
last opinion. I
All
don't know
right.
where it is though.
Let me see.
You pull
Oh
that
my
up.
so she says, all right, I'm gonna read like that. My final honest opinion, with no other facts, is what he did was disrespectful. It's up to her and her alone to make any further decisions. Agreed, but she's not. The reason people tell people shit like she told Mo is because they just trying to justify something. Real shit like that. If you know you dead ass right or dead ass wrong, you're not gonna say that shit because it's embarrassing. It's some
Mm.
underlying shit with that. Like I'm not gonna sit here and be
True.
like, "Yo, you know what happened this week, Aunt? Yo, my wife cheated on me. You think I should stay
Mm.
with her?" He gonna be like, "You stupid? The fuck?" And I would do the same this shit to him. So it's like
Yeah.
if you planning some shit like that or you think some shit like that, nobody want to look like a sucker.
Yeah.
And
Sucker
at the
free.
at the end of the day, she's just trying to prep her cheat, which I ain't mad at. Free love.
Mm.
I'm not talking about like with you or with anybody that's at your job. It's just that she needs confirmation to do what the fuck she want to do. That's the only reason you make comments like that, big
Well
nigga.
said. Well,
Yeah, I
Well,
was
she
gonna
just
ask how
wanted
you.
a
I was
male's
gonna ask.
opinion.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
bro. There's no way. Listen, it's underlying shit in that. There's no way you ask for an opinion when your humility and your dignity is on the line. Trust me, those opinions like that's the shit you might ask your brother, father, cousin for.
Your daddy. You got daddy
If
issues,
that
so
or
yeah.
daddy issues. But you see what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna ask no shit when you about to look crazy. Yo, my man was at some bitch house at 6 o'clock. I know they was fucking. And then, yo, who's calling me? They go, there he go right there. Oh, so you, it's nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's
Well,
what she wrote. Any alibis?
no, I don't think
Mm.
so. I don't think so. I
Yeah.
think this is great.
Because I had a
Yeah, I think it was
fire
good.
question, but it's gonna last too long. I was
I
about
know
to,
I had a question too. It's gonna last too long. I'll wait till next week.
yeah. Anybody in
Because
the
it's
chat?
already
Anybody in the chat? 2 minutes.
sound
If y'all
good.
have anything to say before we close out, we're gonna go to People of Videos starting next month. I believe it's on September 19th. But I'm gonna start promoting for that. I'm gonna try to get a code for the Capital District. We didn't bring nobody in from. We brought like one person in from Facebook today. It's something that Ecamm is trying new. This is a beta. We're in a beta right now, so I really didn't get a chance to work on it. But it's cool because, like I said, we're on Facebook and YouTube now. And next week, my challenge to myself is to get on Twitch and yeah, man, do it like that. I do have one more thing. So I'm on the board, as you guys might know, for like the RDVF scholarship, right? And like so yesterday we were talking about like scholarships, and maybe you guys can help with this, right? So we already give academic scholarships for soldiers' families, and things like that. But like it's so rare, like you'll see any NCO on there, right? Shout out to Son Jensen, his son was on there yesterday, and he got a scholarship, right? But
Nice.
one
Congrats.
thing that we kind of tried to melt on yesterday was like, everybody might not want to, go to college, but and then like the old man says, yeah, but like we can prepare them, like say if they want to go to trade school. But I was like, they have programs for that within the military already. But I feel, and tell me if I'm wrong, what we need is, say like if somebody says they want to be a content creator, yeah, dude, we can send you to the school. We can give you a like the school might give you a laptop, and they might even give you a camera. But that lens, though, that's the
Mhm.
act. That's what we want to tell them because everything else you could really get from all these other programs. So it's like, let's get these, let's get these things in there, and then like and then now we're trying to struggle on what to name it. But yeah, that's like that was a big thing for me yesterday. So we always try to give at least 30,000 out, and we never get there. And it's
Mm.
like something that like I'm gonna put full effort into this year to just try to break that 30,000 number and get 30,000 on the other side. So
Quick question:
Mm.
yeah,
If your son didn't want to go to college, how would you feel about that? And your
Uh,
unborn child too, Mo.
me, I mean, so again, bro, like that's one of those things, and I know Scott can relate. It's like it's a non-negotiable because like his mom, like when we got together, like that was her shit.
Mm-hmm.
That he will. You know what I mean? And it's like it will happen regardless of if he uses his degree or whatever. She's in so deep belief about the experience and how it can be breezed through if done right. Uh,
Yeah,
you know, it's like because most college, like I would say majors, unless it's like in STEM, that shit is dime a dozen, bro. I feel. I feel like the only hard degrees are like degrees could be hard as far as like reading and writing, but like the only really hard things without the adaptation of like law and medical is like
yeah.
STEM stuff. You know what I mean? Other than that, it's like, yo, anybody could just get a degree. Like they gave me a degree. You know what I mean? So it's just like it doesn't. It's like you got to just show up and you just got to have some work ethic and you'll get a degree. But like, could you build a fucking bridge? You know what I mean? Would I trust you to build the bridge with your shit? Nah.
Mm. How about you, Mo?
um, my kid can do whatever they want to do. My goal is to lead them in the right direction, and then at some point they have to kind of take over the reins. Um, I can't tell my kid that he has to go to school in order for him to be successful. um I'd rather him make that choice for himself, even if it's one of those like life changing choices where like if he makes a choice to not do something at a certain age, I will try to guide him in the right direction, but that only gets him so far, you know, because I'm not going to be there all the time for him. So
Yeah,
I I want to give my kid advice as to what I think that he should do, but I'm never gonna know what he really wants to do. I'm gonna try to listen to my kid if I have one. You know, if he says, "Look, I know you want me to go to college, but I really want to do I want to be in construction." If that's his passion, I think that's more what I would kind of I would want to instill in him as long as he has a passion. I don't have a kid yet, you know,
Says long.
so the huh?
allegedly,
Go ahead. Go
allegedly,
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But I don't have a kid yet, but
allegedly.
uh but I would say wait, what do you say? Allegedly?
Allegedly.
Is
It's a
that what you
joke.
said?
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah.
But 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 I would want my kid to be to have a passion about doing something, even if it's art. I just want him to have a goal.
Right.
Well, what if your kid didn't have a goal? Then what?
Like you need a life coach.
If my kid didn't have a goal, then um I would tell him he can't live under my roof if he don't have a goal or have something that he wants to do, a passion. And it's like figure it out.
Let me tell you
You know,
something great.
because you huh?
Go ahead. Nah, go ahead. My fault.
But I would want him to have something to look forward to. And I mean that's all in parenting, you know, because if you don't start ask your kids questions until they're a senior in high school, then that's partly on you.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
You want to make sure that you are asking your kids every day. Like that's where I think the sitting down at the table without your phones and actually having conversation with your kids, those are where those questions come up. You
Yeah.
know,
Dinner's
Yeah.
big.
that's where you're gonna find out all those things. And unless you're asking questions, you can never really tell a kid, hey, well, you have to do this.
Or unless that question is, you after do we eat, you take out that garbage, boy. You know what I mean, Mo? Remember what happened to you?
Oh damn.
Well, he always, you know what's funny?
He always
That's
bring
my
Miles
that
favorite
to
always
memory.
brings he always brings that up.
That's
He
what's
yeah.
always
funny to
brings
me.
that shit up. You know
That's
what?
what's funny.
When you're taking the garbage out, I'm gonna kick your ass down the stairs.
Yo,
And we'll
that's
see
the
how
shit
you
though.
like it.
No, but
That's good.
in all seriousness, like what Mo says, I definitely agree, and it's just like that. It's the compound effect of that. Like, yo, if you eat dinner at the table with your kid every day, right? And like Wednesdays is like the only day like I really don't do it. But that's how you where you really learn, because like there's so much stuff going on, and you will change your mind. You will have different things going on, but a plan is
Yeah.
necessary. So like
Yeah.
and if you and your kid don't have a relationship where y'all could talk about an actual plan, to me a life coach is a great way to do it, right? Because I do when I was life coaching, right? I would life coach kids, and their moms would pay the money, and I would just do an hour with them and just get them on track. Maybe because they didn't have a dad or something like that, and it was just more about, you know, what do you have to do something? You know what I
Right.
mean? Because you like your goal is to be a contributing member to society, right? Like that
Mm-hmm.
should be overarching. So if you're not providing or you're not doing anything, like you have to have a plan. You just can't hang out. So and
Yeah.
a great man told me, he said, you know, if a kid without a plan, like I put them on the 1890 plan. I mean,
Right.
when they turn 18, they got 90 days to get the fuck out, because like all that free
Mm.
thinking, I'm not gonna do shit. That shit don't live here.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
See,
It's a tough parenting strategy, but like again, like if
definitely.
you know your kid.
Yeah. And it's as Ant would say, it's hard out here for a pimp. You
Definitely.
know.
Hard out here, that
Yeah. So,
hard out here for a pimp.
Hold on.
We trying to get that money for the rent. He said, "You don't gotta worry about catching no dog. A dog catching your
Yeah.
ass."
You know,
Word.
I didn't even want to
uh,
go to college. My
well,
my mom was like, you know, you go to college and you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. I wanted to join the military right after high school.
And like I did. Yeah.
Yeah, my mother said no. You go to college, then you do what the fuck you want to do.
Yeah.
Graduate college with honors, you know.
But it's like you graduate college
Scott.
with honors, but it's like it's not like I would never diminish that, but it's like as long as you had like, and that's where it might differ, right? But it's different times. Like you graduate
It's
college with
definitely different
honors,
times.
yeah. You graduating college with honors, and like to me, that makes like with me, it makes me feel worse. Like if I'm not using like you're using your degree, but like if I'm not
Yeah.
using my degree, I can see where I will fall into a deep depression over that shit.
Mm.
You see what I'm
So
saying?
Yeah.
Scott
I
don't
see what you're
agree with
saying.
your 1890 plan.
Yeah, because Scott is
I know
like
that's hard. That's
he's
hard.
different. What? It's
I
hard for
mean,
some.
because yo, the 18 that we grew up as 18 are different
Yeah.
now. You know what I mean? Like my son just turned 17 August 4th. And
Mm-hmm.
to me, he's not even me at 13. I was doing way more shit. You know what I mean? So
Bro.
I'm letting him be a kid. I grew up too fast, I feel. So, you know what I
I
mean?
talked to somebody from your neighborhood, and they said that you wasn't doing shit at 13.
Oh
They
shit.
lied to your ass. What are you talking about? I was working. I've been working since I was 12 years old.
Hey, it was definitely a 12-year-old with a job. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that much. You know
steady
what I'm
job.
saying?
I had
Hey,
a paper round. I had
that
nah,
motherfucker
nah,
definitely had a fucking job, son, and would go to
Yeah.
that bitch. I remember being, yo,
I
son,
got bills to pay, motherfucker.
yo, Mo, I remember going to Aunt crib, coming home at like 4:35, and waking up at 6 and and going to work. I'm like, this shit is
Yeah,
bugging,
I
son.
believe it. I
Fuck
believe
that.
it. I
Yeah,
believe it.
son.
Yeah.
Not the
Mad
kid.
young, whole
Nah,
adult.
yo.
All right.
Okay, so as far as I know, real last question, but it's
Yeah.
it's the same thing. So college they could do it online now.
Yeah.
Would you accept that if he's
Yeah.
like, all right, I want to do it online, fuck it.
I mean, yeah, bro. To me, anything that moves the football, fine. But I'll never let my kids settle for something that they're scared of. You see what I'm saying? So like, if like they want to go to school online because they're pursuing another goal or another dream, fine. You telling me you're gonna do both, and that's the
Mm.
commitment you're making. But like, if you just want to go, like, if you get accepted to a school and like everything is paid for, and you're like, oh no, I'd rather just be here so my mom can fold my clothes. That's bullshit. Like, you need to get the fuck out
Yeah,
the house
yeah.
because like my life don't stop because you fucking are indecisive. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? That's why I always tell people like, yo, you can love your kids, but like your relationship is with their mom. You see what I'm saying? So like, if y'all together and y'all fly still, it's like, yo, bro, you got to get the fuck out of here, son. Why start? You know what I mean? S- Opening the window in your room and pouring water on your bed. All right, but Mo got to go to work. Mo thinking
Yeah,
about work. He probably got to make tomorrow's probably like
you gotta wake up at
glizzy.
6 o'clock in the morning like I used to do at 12.
It's
Tomorrow's
glizzy
date
Thursday. It's
night.
glizzy Thursday.
Glizzy Thursday. Oh
Tomorrow's
man,
date night and bowling night. So
post your
we gotta
score.
go pick. What's that?
I said post your score tomorrow.
Yo, what
So,
time you gonna be out there, Mo? I might come out there and bring Big Max.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
What's
gonna
up,
be there.
Uncle Sam?
Usually I get there at 6. I just have a meeting at Uncle Sam's because we're joining a bowling league, so they're having a meeting tomorrow. But it only lasts like 15-20 minutes where they
Oh
talk
yeah.
about certain things and you got to get sanctioned and all that stuff. But
But are you
I'll
getting your
post.
own lane? Are you getting your own lane, or you bowling with the team?
Me and Brooke get our own lane every time.
Yo, so hit me tomorrow. I'll hit you tomorrow. See what time you're gonna bring Big Max for an hour.
Okay, you
Uh,
may have to get the bumpers for him.
nah, so my son is man nice at everything, bro. What you talking about?
All right.
My son can bowl without
Okay.
bumpers, bro.
Okay. Listen, that's
Fuck you
fine.
thought, son.
I'm just saying, when you have to get those bumpers out, I'm just letting you know beforehand. You're probably gonna have to get the bumpers out. Probably for you
Why?
too.
Here you go.
oh, shalom.
Probably for you
Why
too.
would you say that about
For your
about Max
for your
needing
son,
bumpers? Yeah.
he's probably gonna need bumpers, bro. Like for real. Like all seriousness. Like it's a 6 pound bowling ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think Max can bowl all the way down the lane, that long lane, without it going into the gutter?
Big Max? Yes,
Yeah.
son. Bro,
Big
Okay.
man.
hold on. Matter of
All
fact,
right.
About to show you a video.
the
Show
hell,
you
Listen,
bro.
proof. You did this before.
Yo, bro.
I
I mean,
guarantee you the only way that you're going to be able to do that is if you have the thing where it slides and it has the momentum. That's the only way
all
that
I
you're going to be able
gotta
to do it.
do, son, we
That's
talking about Big Max, bro. This is what I'm trying to
what do
tell
you
you. I'm talking about Big
Are you a
Max, son.
gambling man?
So you're saying that my
Oh
buck?
man.
Hold on. You saying that Big Max can't throw the ball down? The Big Max can't do it?
No, he can't.
All right. Bet.
Oh, okay. Let's go. Let's
Bet,
go.
bet, 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 bet. All right.
Keep going.
Bet.
We want to see more.
So you saying, hold on. All right. Nah. And that's Max at two, son. He nice at bowling. And that's in the dark. And that's in
Okay.
the dark, man.
Like I said, he has to get it assisted. So he probably has that slide,
Nah,
right?
he definitely had the slide once, but
Yeah.
he
That's why I
definitely
was
know how to
like,
run.
nah, like he ain't gonna be able to bowl it down the lane without the slide.
All right.
But all right. Well,
Just in case. Just in case you thought it was, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Ooh.
He teaching his fam, bro. Like, and that's what I'm saying. He look at things
that's
like
why the
beauty,
slide
but
was next to it. Look at the slide
yeah, it
next
was
to it.
yeah,
Pull
bro.
the Yeah,
But
that's what I'm saying.
but
Like,
good brother, this is what I'm trying to tell you. If you build his confidence, like yo, you don't think that he threw a couple balls down the shit without the slide? I had to show him the slide to show him the strategy, bro. I had to crawl him and walk him. Now he running.
So you're telling me that he's throwing the ball down the lane
Bro,
without?
tomorrow, Big Macs will be there, and you'll see. That's all.
Mm.
Big
So he's
Mo.
gonna throw the ball down the lane without the slide and
I'm
without
not.
the.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's gonna get a strike, but he gonna definitely knock a
I'm
pin
not.
down.
Record that. Record that. We need to see that.
Yeah,
Uh,
please,
uh,
please
yeah.
record that.
Fuck
All
it.
right,
Yeah, and,
guys.
and you know my son don't care. He'll throw a baseball down that motherfucker. Son.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
knocking a pin down.
He don't know
He's out.
punishment, son. He don't know that shit, son. He's just like, yo, what? Knock a pin down. He'll walk down that shit and take one of them bitches home. But love, love,
All
love.
right.
Thank you. Good show, guys.
All right. Thank you,
Yes,
guys.
yes. All
Have a
right.
good
Good night.
night.
To play us out. Thanks everybody for looking. Let's go, Max. All right.
Yes.
Love, love.
Rest in
All right,
peace.
y'all.
28.
Wow.
4 years.
Ow.